Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Mimi's Place. I haven't done a video or any content on my laptop in a very long time, so um, if things seem a little off, forgive me. I'm trying to get reacquainted with it. But I wanted to talk to everyone today about um, things that I no longer buy to help me stay frugal and save money. And yeah, I'm gonna get my little flowers over here. Don't know if you can see them. Okay. So this wasn't supposed to be a live video, but for some reason, it's the only way I can do a video on my laptop. I don't know why. Just like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. So bear with me, okay? So I'm going to go through a list of a few things that I no longer buy to stay frugal and save some money. It started out, well, it's more, I shouldn't say it started out. It mostly is still to save me from constantly running to the store. I don't like running to the store if I'm running out of something or, if I'm low on something. So I want to make sure that I have the skills to make these items and just in the back of my mind. So if I run out, I know what to do. It's like a plan B. It's like a SHTF. Like, what do I do now? So the very first thing I learned how to make instead of buy were breadcrumbs. So I just was, making veal cutlets one day or chicken cutlets, and I barely had enough breadcrumbs to get through the recipe or through the amount of meat that I wanted to bread and coat. And I was like, okay, like what would I do? Now I got to put, I'll put two of them on the grocery list. And then I'm thinking, they're only crumbs. Like, really? So I did do a video on how to make breadcrumbs, how I do them. Everybody does them different. But yeah, so I started making breadcrumbs. Something else that I don't buy anymore at the store and I make instead, and I also think it's healthier, and all these things are because I can control the ingredients, I can control the salt. Um, is I make my own meatloaf mix. Now, you know the little packets of meatloaf mix that Lipton onion soup mix or whatever. When my dad was very limited on the amount of salt intake he could have, I very simply went on the back of the packet at the market, wrote down all the ingredients that were in it, minus the chemicals. I had all the ingredients at home. I just make my own. So I no longer have to make or buy um, the soup mix for, hang on a second, for meatloaf. Also, I don't have to, I learned how to make croutons. So I like croutons in my salad. And, a lot of times we don't have croutons in the house, but you want that little crunch, you want that crunch in your salad. And it's just something nice to have if you're having like a major salad for dinner and it's going to be a real loaded salad. You know, croutons are good. So I learned how to make croutons. So now that's three things I don't have to buy at the grocery store. Another thing I don't have to buy at the grocery store anymore is jam because I learned how to can and I learned how to make my own jam. So with no chemicals, no high fructose corn syrup, I make my own jam. Which brings me to my next item that I make instead of buying. Well, I do buy some of it. Um, is bread. I learned to make my own bread. Am I perfect? No. But I do have one go to recipe for bread that I really do enjoy. So I make my no knead artisan Dutch oven bread. And I really, really enjoy that bread. It's easy. You can switch it up and make all kinds of things with it. You can make it more like a sweet breakfast bread with dried fruit. You could season the dough with different herbs and spices and things to make it different. There's so much you can do. So that one recipe can go a long way. Another thing that I learned to make that I used to buy and I no longer buy is pizza dough. Now, my dad, hi Granny, how are you? My dad made the absolute best pizza dough in the world, and his pizza was phenomenal. And since he passed, I have not had a decent pizza. I tried buying pizza, I tried ordering pizza, I tried buying the dough and then making my own. I thought his recipe was lost. I'm never going to be able to duplicate it. And lo and behold, one day I was looking in my little recipe box, and guess what I found? Dad's pizza dough recipe. Yes, yes. So now I make my own pizza dough, and it's great when I want to make calzones or pizza or anything like that. So I don't have to do that anymore. And his method of making pizza, it tastes exactly like his. So that's another thing I don't have to buy anymore. The other thing I don't really buy, I'll keep one on hand in case, is I don't buy cold cereal. I make my own oatmeal. Now, I don't grow my own oats. Okay, come on, let's be realistic. I buy the canister of plain quick oats, and I just make my own oatmeal the way I want it, and I put what I want in it. I can use it that same oatmeal. I can make cookies. I could do anything with it. So I don't buy the packets of oatmeal that are flavored. I don't buy the instant oatmeal. I buy the canister of quick oats. And I don't really eat a lot of cold cereal. But the one that I do have on hand right now, and it's very rare, is Cheerios. Because sometimes I just want a bowl of cold cereal. And then the other item that I don't buy anymore, it's not a food item, but I don't buy Windex anymore because I learned a trick on how to get your glass, your appliances, your windows, your mirrors, everything sparkling clean without Windex. And all I do is put a drop of Dawn in a little container of water, dip a rag or some paper towel in it, wipe down your windows. You don't even have to rinse, you just go back and dry them. Your windows and your mirrors and your chrome and everything else that you want to shine up will never look any better. And I think that's about it. I did, oh, my salad dressings. I learned how to make ranch dressing. I like our own Italian dressing that I make. I learned how to make dips. So I can make my own ranch dip. I can make onion dip. I can make taco dip. I can make my own salsa. Um, and I make my own gravy mixes, my dry gravy mixes. So I can make brown gravy, beef flavored, chicken flavored. Um, I make my own rice packets now. Rice packets. I no longer have to buy the Lipton or the Knorr's. I'm sorry, the Knorr's rice packets full of chemicals, and I just make my own, and I can control what goes in it. And I even add in some of my dehydrated vegetables to make the rice like, like veg it, bulk it up with some veg. It's really, really good. I also no longer buy canned beans. I buy the dry beans and I either cook them and use them that day, or I will can them. So I can those myself. I no longer buy lemonade in the store or lemonade mixes. I make my own lemonade from scratch with fresh lemons. It's frozen lemonade too. If you want it to be that way, comes out really good. Another item that I no longer buy in the grocery store is flavored yogurt cups. So I've been buying the big container, 32 ounces, I think it is from Aldi, and it's like $3 and change. It's plain, and I can use it with fruit. I could use it with a more savory um, recipe if I'm using it. I can make naan bread with it. So I like to have that. It seems a little more versatile for me. There was one more thing I don't buy anymore. What was it? Hmm. I don't buy canned chicken anymore. No, I was buying it for SHTF, and it's very salty, so I just can my own chicken. So I can my own chicken. I can my own taco meat. Um, yeah, the dough is tricky on the bread, but it does come out really good. It does. Um, so yeah, I've been making a lot of things from scratch. One other thing I want to learn to make from scratch is pudding. Now, my friend gave me a real good pudding recipe. So I'm going to stop making my own pudding, because when you buy the box pudding, it has sodium in it. Come on, guys. Sodium and pudding, we don't need that, you know? Um, yes, maybe someday I'll learn to make my own crackers, but there are an array of things. Oh, and broth. Broth, I make my own broth. Again, I get to control the ingredients. It's all natural. I don't put any salt in it. I just do plain broth, beef or chicken or vegetable. It costs me $0 to make it, and then I have an array of different broths on the shelf for soups and everything. Yeah, everything is just really so much salt. It really is. I thank you guys for coming on. Like I said, this wasn't supposed to be a live video, but I have to learn how to record on here. So it does take a while to upload from the laptop. So I don't know when it's going to edit and be uploaded, but it is Friday afternoon. So everything does have a lot of salt. Yeah, you're going to have some cold cereal in the house. So I tried to pick the healthiest one, which I think is Cheerios, but who knows? Do you really know anymore what is healthy and what isn't? The chemicals, the salt, the high fructose corn syrup is it's just horrible. But thank you guys for coming in. I will, seeing that this is a live video, yeah, since this is a live video, I'll keep going a little bit because you guys came on here. I just feel bad it wasn't supposed to be live, but it is. So I don't know if this is going to end up coming up as a premiere. Who knows? But yeah, it just goes to show that there's a lot of things we can make instead of buying. And that's another thing. I don't really buy a lot of canned fruit and canned vegetables because I can my own. I grow my own vegetables. I dehydrate or can it, and I buy my own fruits. But I grow berries, so I can those. Um, but yeah, I do most of it myself, and it tastes so much better. It really does. Yeah, well, I have the honey nut, but I should try the multigrain. I should. I'm trying to think. There are other things that I don't buy that I make instead of buying. Oh, just about everything, really, when you think of it. But I don't buy any canned soups anymore. I make my own. I do either do soup or I do broth, so I can do whatever I want with the broth. And I don't buy herbs anymore in the stores because they taste of nothing. I grow my own, I dehydrate them, and I have enough to get me through. I have jars and jars of everything. So, yeah, it's not as sweet. I'm going to try it. Thank you for letting me know. I will try that. Hey, somebody else just came in. Welcome. This wasn't supposed to be a live video, but it ended up being. So I can learn how to do regular videos on this. Well, Tuck, you know what you can do? You can do water bath canning on top of the stove. If you wanted to make salsa, jams, canned tomatoes, and anything with fruit, that can all be water bath canned. So you can do that with a big old pot on top of the stove. You don't need to pressure can those items, but anything else like vegetables, potatoes, meats, those types of things have to be pressure canned. But you have to do your own research. Go on to there is a Facebook group, Stocking Our Shelves. They're really good at helping people. So this is a short live, and I do feel bad, but yeah, my like practice run. Yeah, really. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I really just wanted to do a basic video and upload it at a later time, but it's not working out. So, but I am. Thank you guys for coming on. Again, I apologize for this being a live. I didn't want to haunt you guys, but um, I'm going to end for now because I didn't want it to be a very long video. And yeah, those are some things that I no longer buy. to stay frugal and save money. So thank you for coming on. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you on my next video.